Hello, everyone.
All
I
right.
am joined today by lightweight Jared Dumond. Jared, how we doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So you're coming off a 28-second knockout over Ruben Aldama at BTC 20, third fastest finish in promotion history. So would you say that fight went the way you expected, or were there, any unexpected moments there?
I mean, 28 seconds finish, TKO finish. You can't play it out any better than that. Did I expect 28 seconds? No. Um, I expected to go for a while. Knew it was tough. Knew you could take some damage, and we were just ready for everything. We probably one of the hardest working gyms in Canada, and you know, we not. How do I word this? Like we're just ready for anything. Yeah, if it goes the distance, we're
Yeah,
good. We're cool with that as
you guys are
well.
prepared for all areas of MMA. You guys have the cardio ready. You guys have the grappling, the striking ready. Make sure you guys stay sharp over there at Niagara Top Team. So tell me, who are some of the guys that help you get ready for your fights?
Oh, geez, it's a long list. But we got a good little core of 155ers in the gym. We have Anthony Romero.
Mm-hmm.
He just fought for PFL
Yeah,
in the
just
main
fought
event
OAB.
again.
Oh,
Yeah,
MM.
yeah. So he's one of my main training partners. I've known Anthony for years.
Okay.
Um, so Uh, Kevin Popowick, he's another 55er that I work with extensively. He's on a 5 fight win streak. Very, very tough guy. Luke Roberts
Mm-hmm.
is another 55 that I work extensively with. He was on the June card with me, and he's on the August card as well. So
Nice.
we'll be looking to both come away with wins on that night as well. Um, there's tons of guys. Adam Senza I work a lot with. There's guys at the Aegis MMA that I work with
Okay.
too. There's guys at BTC that I work with. Work with some of the heavier guys like Zach Powell. Zach Powell is one of my good buddies. I train
Okay.
with quite a bit. Aaron Jeffrey's in the room, so he's a very good guy. He's very hardworking,
Yeah,
so
Aaron Jeffrey's my
he's a
guy.
very
I
good
love
guy to
Aaron.
work with as well. Yeah, I was talking to him today. I
Yeah.
rode with him to training, so
Yeah. Nice. Nice. Yeah,
he said
he's great work.
that you guys talk quite a bit.
Yeah, no, he's a good friend of mine. I have some of his
Yeah.
merch and stuff. I'm gonna go see him August 11th in South Dakota.
Oh,
So,
nice, nice.
yeah,
That'd be sick.
yeah,
That'd
it's
be gonna be a good night for him.
gonna be a great fight. Gonna be a great fight. I can't wait. So you got started in MMA
Yep.
following your finish in competitive hockey, but initially you wanted to be in the NHL. Tell me about your love for hockey a bit and just how you transitioned into MMA.
Wow. Okay, so well, I started at an age I knew that I was never ever gonna make the NHL. Like I didn't play AAA hockey. I didn't get drafted in the OHL. Like I didn't play junior. I didn't get a scholarship to play NC2A or anything like that. So I just kind of tried to play the best type of hockey that I could play, and like it was very competitive, and I just grew up loving hockey. Like I'd be outside shooting pucks alone, or my little brother at the time, once he was old enough, he'd come out, he'd shoot pucks with me the odd time. But it was just like I don't know, I lived and breathed hockey,
Yeah, it was your
and
sport.
then yeah, and then it came a time where I just like started to hate it. I just like hockey culture is kind of weird. And like I remember I went away to school, and a lot of guys were like playing on the intramural team with their buddies. So they would only they're like clicky or whatever. So I was like,
Okay, got it.
so I was like, yeah, I'm kind of over it. Um, so then like one day I just remember I was like walking back to school, and it's like, oh, Sudbury MMA, what the hell is this? So like eventually I convinced one of my buddies in my class. I was like, yo, let's go check it out one time. So we did like a free 2 week trial,
Okay.
and I just kind of like instantly was like that. Like I was like, well, I was always big into the UFC, like as a kid too. Like I remember Forrest Griffin and Stephen Bonner fight, like watching it for the first time on Spike. I was
Oh
like,
damn.
what the fuck is this? So I was like, I just thought it was crazy. I was like, yeah, and one day maybe I would want to do that. Like maybe I'll give it a try. And then right then and there, like when I did that free 2 week trial, I was pretty hooked after that. And I was like, man, I got to find out how I could do this more.
Yeah, you definitely
I end
gave
up
it a
moving
try.
back. Yeah, well, I ended up moving back home for a little bit, and there's no MMA where I'm from or anything like that. It's you either play baseball in the summer or
Play
you're
hockey in the winter.
or, yeah.
Yeah.
So and then eventually I kind of like grew tired of being at home, and I was like, I got to figure out a way to do this, and then um, I just ended up picking up my stuff one day, and I just left, and I started at a little gym in Barrie, Ontario, and there was a Damien Maia affiliate at the time, so I just dove in head first, and eventually made my way down to Niagara, and I'm one of the original members of Niagara Top Team.
Nice. That's
So
awesome. Yeah, no, I saw you had some early on pictures like years ago with Damian Maya and I think it was Vanderlei Silva, I want to say. You had some really
yeah,
early pictures.
I met Vanderlei Silva at a Boston pizza meet and greet,
That's
and
awesome.
you know what card it was? It was I still remember it to this day. It was the one where Chael Sonnen beat Mauricio Shogun Hua, and
Okay.
he's like, Vanderlei, I didn't know that they could stack piles of shit that high. And he's in the Boston Pizza going crazy because like he's getting called out by Chael and all that, and yeah, I just was like, this is
That is
wild. Like this
hysterical.
guy's right here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's even better because they
So,
ended up having one of the best like moments in MMA with the "I can't let you get close." I love that moment. I love that moment. That's one of
he
the best
pushes
moments
them.
in
Yeah, he
MMA.
pushes them.
They start fighting
Yeah,
in the
it's pretty
middle of
good.
the like floor.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask,
He doubles them.
yeah, I wanted to ask, where did the sheriff nickname come from?
Oh God. So we were training like uh just a bunch of local guys in Niagara. Like how we formed Niagara Top Team is just a bunch of like of us that got together and trained, and like we're doing morning sessions together.
Okay.
We were training at a like a restaurant. Like there was a gym in the bottom of this restaurant, and the weekend before, because I used to grow a beard.
Okay.
Weekend before, I had a fire. Like I was writing an aptitude test for a firefighting job,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, oh shit, like I gotta have like a tight seal because I went to school for firefighting. So I was like, I can't have a beard. So I shaved just the beard because I got a crooked ass nose, and I look like a 12-year-old with no facial hair.
Okay.
So like I remember coming back in on a Monday morning, and we're going down and my one coach Demarks, he's like, who is this guy? And like I still had like sunglasses, and like they're all chirping me, and like I like tipped the sunglasses down. I was like, there's a new sheriff in town, and like they
They
all
ran with it.
started dying
Yeah,
laughing, and
they
they're like,
absolutely
yo,
ran with it.
yeah, they're like, yo, that's your name, and they kind of just stuck. And then I remember one of the King of the Cages that I was fighting at, I just was like, fuck it. I wrote it down. I was like, I'm gonna go buy it. I don't give a shit.
That's awesome.
And kind of just stuck and
I
kind of
like
fit.
it. It fits. I mean,
Yeah.
I actually like it. The mustache, especially, still to this day. I mean, you kind of have like a
Yeah,
sheriff
no,
look to
so
you.
yeah. Yeah. So I wanted to keep true to the role, so I made sure I grew a good mustache
I
before
love
my
it.
pro debut, and I just ran with it from there.
I love it. I love it. So you finished most of your fights in fairly quick fashion. Would you say that you're going in there looking for a quick finish every time, or does it just kind of come to you?
No, it just all even in my amateur days, like I think in my amateur days, yeah, for sure, because like I was like, oh shit, like this is this is kind of wild. So I kind of like would try to fork a lot of stuff sometimes, and it kind of bit me in the ass a bit too. Like I remember I went to Alabama and I was just like, I'm gonna starch this kid in the first 30 seconds, and I like blew my whole gas tank,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like bucked for the rest of the fight. But it made me realize that okay, I can go full fight now. And then so even like my pro debut, I was like ready. I was ready to go I was ready to go 15 minutes. I wasn't too worried about it. And then my second pro fight here in Kingston, I was like, I kind of felt weird in the back, right? And I was like, if I just get it over with, it'd be better. And then like I ended up freezing. I didn't let it showcase the best me. I feel. I mean, it was a close fight. Like I still say to this day, hats off to Cedric or what and whatnot. Like he's a very good opponent, and you know, I was he was the better man on the night. So going into the Aldama fight, I was like, I'm ready to go all 15. I know it can go 15 minutes. It's just about going, like letting my hands go, seeing things properly, and not not believing in myself. Like I needed to believe in myself a little bit more, and then it showcased my skills. Uh, were on great display that night. So
Yeah, no, definitely. I agree. I mean, when I watch your fights, it's clear you have lots of skill. It's really just more of a mental thing with like with you saying this. Like it's really just more of like a mental battle in terms of like getting yourself in the right mindset to get into the fight and making sure that you're not just completely focused on doing one thing. You have to be focused on going all 15 minutes and being able to do all aspects of MMA like you said before.
yeah, well, for sure. And you know, like you know, with this next one coming up August 5th, like I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go 15. I know you know, I put in the work and whatever happens, happens. You know,
Nice.
well, things will unfold on August 5th.
So you said you had that loss to Cedric Lochard. What were your biggest lessons learned in that fight? Because even though you did have losses as an amateur, that was your first pro loss that goes on your record. So, what would you say are the biggest lessons you learned?
Just believing in myself more and like not being worried about what he's gonna do. I think like when I stepped in there against Cedric, I kind of thought about like, oh, what the hell is he gonna do? Like, I just got to remember that I train with one of the best lightweights in the country, in Anthony Romero. You know, I train with the BTC lightweight champion, Adam Asenza. I train with crazy guys.
Yeah,
Kevin's
you
crazy.
train with some
Luke's
really good
crazy.
guys. Yeah, Niagara Top
Luke's
Team's an
crazy.
amazing gym.
You know, we have an amazing gym. I'm around amazing people all the time. Aaron Jeffrey, Jasmine Jazovic, Mike Malott. Like
Yeah,
I train with Mike Malott too. Like there's just like high level guys from 135 all the way up to well, Aaron's our biggest guy, so 185.
185. Yep.
So there's just high level guys in the room, you know, and just like looking around me at the level that they're at and how they carry themselves, like even on fight day. So like like important to me to kind of like get over this loss was and learn something about myself is like how I am backstage before the fight. You
Okay.
know, my pro debut backstage. I was like nothing bothered me. It's like fuck this guy. Like I don't care. Cedric, it was a little bit different. I was like kind of like okay, like jitters, and then like make the walk. Everything felt like my pro debut, and then as soon as we started to make the walk, I was like, "What the fuck am I doing? Like, I don't like. Do I belong here? Like, I was going through real fucking shit time in the winter. uh, kind of back of my foot, like that were bothering me. It's not an excuse of like what was going on behind the scenes for my loss. I lost because Cedric was the better man. He's very skilled. He comes from a great gym. Um, so what I took from that loss was just believing in myself and like try to just stop with the outside distractions. Like just focus on your career. This is your career. This is what you want to do. Like let the other stuff in life just play out.
Yeah,
Don't
just
don't
focus on
get too wrapped
yourself.
up in it.
Yeah,
Yeah, just don't get wrapped up in that nonsense outside of the gym, outside of your career.
good,
So
good. I like that. So you had a year,
yeah.
you had a year and a half layoff between your last amateur fight and your pro debut.
Oh,
What took so long to make the transition? Just tell me. I know obviously you're upset about it. It's not a good thing, but what happened?
I just this is, dude, up here in Canada, like I don't want to speak badly about anything, but like it was crazy during the pandemic up here. Like, okay, I'm allowed to go to Alabama, but I gotta come home and I gotta stay in my house for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine, that's cool. And then I try to go again because I had a fight lined up to go to Chattanooga, Tennessee,
Yep.
and I can't go. I can't go because of certain restrictions.
Oh,
And it's like, well, what changed from November of 2020 to March of 2021? And it's just it got so crazy here, and just I feel like politics played a big role in everybody's life for the last 3 years, and it's just
gotcha.
like
Just
they
shitty, just
they kind of
shitty,
like
shitty circumstances, especially with COVID and
yeah,
everything,
shitty,
and just the
yeah,
coming
shitty
off of that.
circumstances, and like I'm not a fan of JT, the guy who runs the country. So there you go.
Got you, got you. Okay, there you go. We don't need to talk more about it then. So
Yeah.
after that long wait, you finally made your debut on June 4th of last year against Broderick Renee. You had a quick back take and you secured the rear naked choke about halfway into the first round. Tell me about the emotions you went through after finally getting in there and having a successful pro debut.
A lot happened before that. I had lost my grandfather that same year. It was pretty emotional, like the weekend before. Like again, we were shut down in February of 2022, right? So, like we as a family, we decided that we're not gonna have nothing or whatever. And then when they were deciding, I remember telling them, I was like, hey, like, look, you can't schedule anything this weekend because I signed a contract 12 weeks in advance. Like I think it was like 12 or 14 weeks out. I
Okay.
had signed with BTC because we had made the decision to fight to go pro because I wasn't getting any amateur fights. Like the amateur scene was kind of like dead.
Okay.
Like there's not like a huge amateur scene up here in Canada. So um, what had happened, and so a lot of stuff went in. So the weekend before we had like we buried my grandfather or whatever. Um, you know, so it was very emotional. I think I I was so focused on the fight that I didn't really grieve with my family the weekend before. So like I just remember I fucking just all the hard work like that we put in with my coaches and all that. Like it kind of finally just came out, and I took a little to a minute by myself to like cry. So I cried in the bathroom for like a minute or so, and then I came out and you know just happy
Mm-hmm.
and like finally we did it. Like this has been a long time coming for this to happen, and a lot of sacrifice you know for one night, and it couldn't have played out any better. So it was good. It was
Yeah.
a very, 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 very happy moment in my life, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
I'm sorry for your loss, but that is an amazing moment, and I think you
Oh no,
just
no, 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 no! Don't be sorry. It's
oh
all
no,
good. It's all good.
of course, but I mean, it just you did. I mean, you did what you've had to do. Your hard, like you said, your hard work paid off, and it's awesome to see that things aren't always nice in
Yeah.
MMA. You know what I mean? Like things aren't. It's a cruel sport, so it's good to see that you had a
No,
nice moment for your pro
no,
debut.
for sure.
So
Yeah, it was.
what would be your
Yeah.
favorite way to finish a fight? I wanted to ask that because you have some knockouts on your record. You have a couple rear naked chokes, some submissions. What would you say your favorite way to finish a fight is?
I don't have a like a KO.
I know
I
you
only
have a
have
ground and pound. I know
TKO
it's a
and like
ground and pound, but still.
submission. So I don't know. One day I would just like how Masvidal took aspirin out.
Okay.
Just a flying knee
A
knockout. I would
quick
just like that one
flying
day.
knee or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
No, that's okay. I like that
I don't
answer.
know.
That's
You
a good enough
gotta
answer. So, what are some things you
yeah.
like to do outside of fighting, outside of MMA?
Oh damn. I don't know. Like because this year's been busy, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
after my pro debut, like I had a pretty long layoff
Yeah, you're gonna have like 4 fights
due to
in 14
injuries.
months, though, right? Something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, but I had a year layoff after my pro debut because of injuries and stuff. But yeah, this would be the third fight in 8 months, and then
Okay.
so yeah, I've just been so busy this year, just kind of focus on this. Uh, like I like going golfing.
Okay.
I think I'll do that a little bit after this fight. You
Nice.
know, I like being on the water. I grew up on a little island in Ontario. It's called Manitoulin
Mm-hmm.
Island. So kind of I like being on the water a bit. I like playing baseball, doing stuff, just shooting the
Yeah,
shit.
you like playing baseball, but I need to ask, how the hell did you end up a Red Sox fan in Ontario?
Oh, that's funny. My dad, uh, the because hockey. What year was the lockout? I can't remember the year of the
Oof,
lockout. I
I
think it
don't
was like
know.
over 3 years. My dad was like just made us watch baseball, and like we watched baseball, but we were more like because my dad was a Tigers fan, so we liked the Tigers, and my grandfather was a Tigers fan, and all that. So we kind of liked the Tigers, but we didn't like really know baseball. I
Okay.
think growing up, Ken Griffey Jr. was my favorite player, and that's because he played the outfield. And I was like, oh, I want to be an outfielder like him.
Gotcha.
And yeah, so then the year of the lockout, my dad was like the Reds. He became a Red Sox fan because they had made it to the American League Championship game, and Wakefield gave up that home run to Boone or whatever, and
Yeah.
he was like, "What the? How the hell is this happening?" And the 86-year drought or whatever, and then the year after that, we kind of just followed it, and it was just crazy. Like, and then that's when I became big fan of Nomar or not Nomar. Uh, what's
Garcia
his name
Parra,
there?
right?
Yeah, I knew who Nomar was because I started like the older I was getting, I started to play shortstop like my dad. But who was Johnny Damon? Couldn't
Oh,
think of his
okay.
name. So Johnny Damon was a Red Sox, and he became
Hmm.
my favorite player.
Okay.
And then so that's how we became Red Sox fans. So me, my dad, my brother are all Red Sox fans,
Okay.
and I just never ever stopped liking them because then after Damon they had Pedroia, then they had Jacoby
Yeah, they
Ellsbury,
had Ortiz. They had a great
they
team.
had Ortiz, they had Manny for so
Oh
long,
yeah, Manny. Yeah.
but
No,
like
it
it
was
was
a good
like
team.
players that I like played the same position is why I like a certain team.
Okay.
So
Gotcha. All right.
you're from New York, right?
Jersey. But
So
yeah.
you're a big Yanks fan.
Yes, I am, my friend. Yes,
You
I
guys are
am.
bums, man.
Yeah, I knew. Yeah, I knew
You
you were
guys are
gonna hate that
bums.
one.
Nothing without Judge,
I saw.
bro.
Well, oh yeah, we're
You're
actually
nothing
not. No, we're
without
actually
Judge.
not. I won't even argue. I won't even argue that we can't hit for shit without Judge. It's actually pitiful. It's freaking. I went to the game the other day. 14-1 loss to the Orioles. 14-1. Severino gave up
You were at that
seven.
game?
Yeah, I was at that game. Yeah, it was pitiful.
Yeah.
Pitiful. Sitting there on my
That's
phone the whole time, waiting for some MMA news to break or something, so I could stop paying attention to the game. It was
I can't
horrible.
believe you into that
It
game.
was
That's
horrible.
crazy.
So I need to ask, what are your
So let me
thoughts?
guess.
Oh wait,
Are,
okay, keep going.
are you Giants or Jets fan?
Giants. Here, wait.
Oh,
Oh,
even more of a bum.
look at the banner in the
Even
back.
more of a
Right there.
Yo, they ruined my childhood, man. The Giants ruined
Because
my
you're a
childhood.
Patriots fan. Yep, I know.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
So.
remember I had like a Teddy Bruschi figurine when they lost in '07,
Mhm.
and I whipped the goddamn TV remote. I was like, perfect season ruined by the fucking Giants. And then I fucking walked in the room, like grabbed this brewski thing and whipped it. My dad's like, "You're too young to be fucking this upset. What are you doing?"
I was the same way, and I still am though. I actually wait. I can't even say I still am because I'm so fed up with like both teams now that it like I don't know. Like I can't even get emotional about it anymore. I've lost so much emotion on it that I just kind of like shake my head at this point. Like the Yankees are just
Yeah.
But so what are your thoughts on people
Yeah.
misspelling and mispronouncing your name? I heard it happens a lot.
Oh yeah, you talked to Jake, eh?
Yes, I did.
Oh yeah, I hate it. I honestly hate it. If you spell it wrong, I it drives me insane. I don't like it at
I won't
all.
spell it wrong. Don't worry.
There's there's only one M, and it's not. There's no R in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the other day, I walked into LA Fitness just to get a little lift in or whatever, and the kid at the front. So I during COVID they didn't give out new tags or whatever, so you got to
Okay.
go in and you got to give them your cell phone number. So I give him my cell phone number, and then he's like confirming the name, and he goes, "Oh, Jared Drummond." And like I'm walking at him, I'm like looking, I'm like,
No.
I like said to him jokingly, I was like, "Bro, there's no R. Where are you getting Drummond from?" And then he's like,
He got all scared. He was like,
Well, I said it in a joking way, so
Okay.
there's no way to like get out. So I was like, "Where are you getting the art from?" Yeah, but that's happened. That's happened my whole life, pretty much. Remember, I go play hockey somewhere and maybe say Jared Drummond, and just see my
You get so
grandfather just.
mad. You hate it.
So that's why anytime they misspell it, I like always tell Jake, I'm like, "Yo, my grandfather be rolling over in his grave."
Yeah, no, I make sure I'll spell everything right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'll tell you, no, it's all good.
So you have the contract signed for August 5th. You just said you re-signed with BTC. You have a new contract with
Yeah,
them. Do you know who your
yeah.
opponent is yet?
I know who my opponent is. It's
Okay.
just I
No, you
can't
don't have
divulge
to.
that.
You don't have to. I'm just asking. You know
I
who
can't
it is.
divulge any information until they give the okay.
No, it's
So
okay. I'm just asking.
once they announce it, everybody will know.
All right.
But yeah, I'm fighting August 5th.
And you're already like you're already studying your opponent, looking at like the guy you're fighting, getting ready to fight him and everything.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Okay.
Just
Cool.
just everything. It's typical training camp. Well,
Nice.
typical day at NTT. I mean, with we train the same pretty much all year round. So
Gotcha. All right. Cool. So last question here. Just I wanted to ask, what are your goals as a fighter? Just simply.
my goals are to get to where I want to be. I want to be in the bigger shows. I want to be up there with the best. And like I've seen where my teammates have gone. Four of my teammates now are in the bigger shows. Jazz signing with the UFC, Aaron signing with Bellator, and
Mike
then
in the
Mikey
UFC.
signed. Mike's in the UFC now, and then Anthony's signing with PFL.
Yeah.
Like it's a very good goal to have. I want to get there. I don't want to be a guy that gets there and loses and then gets cut. I want to be a guy that gets there and sticks around and p- p- just push it to that as much as I can to
Yeah.
see till the wheels fall off.
Nice. All right. Yeah. I mean, I think well that we definitely could see you there one day. You just got to get a couple more fights in, get some more experience, and I think there's a real chance you could. I think I don't know the UFC. What's it? The UFC is weird nowadays. They sign guys who shouldn't be in the UFC, and then there's guys who aren't in the UFC that should be in the UFC. So it's not even about getting in the UFC anymore. It's about being in a big promotion and just being well taken care of and being well treated. So as long as you get somewhere big and are
Yes,
well taken
yes,
care
for
of,
sure.
that's all that matters. All right.
Yes, for sure.
All right, Jared. Thank you. I appreciate everything. I hope to talk to you again soon, and I wish you luck in your fight.
Oh, thank you.
Of
Thanks, brother.
course. Of course,
I hope
man.
you have a good weekend and
Thank you.
go Sox.
Yeah.